Good evening and welcome to Community Coffee Talk. My name is Tahir Qureshi. I'm the host tonight. The topic is importance of ca- capacity building. What is capacity and how we build the capacity of the community? First of all, you need to define the needs of the community in order for you to consider financial resources that you require in order for you to implement those resources. When you define the needs, the purpose, you have to do consultation with the community. You have to speak to all as member of the society in a very specific area to find what are the needs of our community and collect that information, consult with people, create objective for this for the need of the capacity that you want to build. Then you need finances. Finances in order for you to implement a strategy to ensure that your objectives are met. So how to find the resources and how we can develop those sources is very important. That's a strategy planning. And in order for a community capacity building, you need human capital. And we have to look around. Who are the most talented, qualified professional who can afford the time to volunteer for your community to build capacity? This is very important. When you develop a strategy, a needs, you also need resources, which is financial capital. And your human capital is very important to implement that strategy. And you need knowledgeable people. Human capital means anyone who either you hire to do a work for you, for the community, or you have found individuals who are willing to give their time to you, to the society and your community to fulfill those needs of the community. So this is very, very important for you to look at that. And also effective society. So basically you have to develop the programs. You define the needs of your community. You need to develop resources of financial resources. You need human capital, and you need to develop the programs, social program to implement that. So what is the capacity? So capacity could be anything. In order to bring everybody together at one platform. So you need infrastructure, for example. If you are building a community center or your place of worship or social activities, you need a place of worship or a community center or education learning centers or support complexes, something that is not funded by federal government, not funded by the provincial government, not funded by your city. It is the need of your community. So in order for any community to define the needs, they need to have a consultation. So first of all, that means the foundation of a community building is to define the needs and then put your resources together. We have for example, Madrid Islamic Center. Almost in 2002, the concept started to build a place of worship in that area. And it took us 18 years to begin construction. So that's a capacity building, because when the place of worship is done, the Medieval Muslim community will be able to pray there. There was a church built on, I believe, 10th line and Thomas Street. The community needed, a church was built. There is another place of worship on Eglinton and Ninth Line. So these are the needs of the community defined by unanimously by the community, elderly, volunteer, visionary who have put together the needs, and then they implemented that. So for any organization or any community to enjoy a freedom and to implement, you need infrastructure. Infrastructure is the most important segment of any capacity building. That means you need to get a place of where you can gather. If you use regular community center, you may be able to book a place, but you may not be able to find community center where you can come and go as you feel free to conduct activities for your community. It could be health program or student education program or safety related issues and or worshiping. These are few I'm importing for education program in terms of counseling services, if social issues where the guidance is needed from scholars and elderly people to help people solve social related issues or educate them about safety, terrorism, hate crime, and all that. You need a facility. So facility requires funding. You need to buy land, you have to build the project, or you buy a building that's available. So collectively, many of you who care about your community will volunteer, contribute, and sometime the community or a facility that you want to build is a charitable organization, then you get a tax receipt. If it's a not-for-profit organization, you won't get charitable receipt. But you are able to build the capacity of the community by donating the money. It's an expense that you are claiming. And you have to consult with your accountant to make sure whatever the contribution you are making, it is beneficial as a write-off for your expenses. Then also, you got the concept, you got to define your goals and objective, then you also get the financing and how much money do you need, how long it takes. This project that I'm involved is almost 18 years, and now it's under construction, and we still need funds from our community to help us because it's a small community and we have adequate people in that area. They desperately need it because there is no place of worship for Mediterranean Muslim community. I'm giving you an example of that. So once this capacity is built, the children can go play and pray. Elderly people can walk to the place of worship, and worshiper can go and pray anytime. They can walk because it's a conveniently located. So this is a capacity building. And once it's built, it's going to be for there. Obviously, there will be a need for the funding. And and there will be a need for um, to maintain that. And then, in order to all that during the construction or buying the property and bringing the um, operation, bringing the concept to a reality of building or providing buying a building or to building it, you need volunteers. Human capital is very, very important. Without having dedicated, committed, passionate individuals who are volunteering to help the community, you will have a challenge. Because if they're not together, they're not united, then you will not be able to make timely decision because then it costs you money. I'm very proud. MIC team is amazing team, dedicated, all professional, and they work day and night to make sure the dream of the community come a reality. And our goal is to get it done in 2 years. And this is why it's important to you understand that one, the capacity of the community is built. It is there forever. So this human. Now, what program that you have? What program did you provide to your people? Because this is part and parcel of building capacity. So you can do this program by renting a places. Community center, you can book community center in Mississauga, for example, where I am from. But the problem is that sometimes you want to do a program, you can't do it because it's not available. Some people book it, anybody can book it. And if you have very specific need for your community, you cannot use that time or conduct that seminar, educational, social, or any related to health, because we, as you know, our community people are growing elderly, and coronavirus has impacted everybody's life. You have employment counseling, for example, safety counseling, how to prevent spread of coronavirus, hate crime, working with the police to make sure that people are educated about a certain thing. You cannot do those. And now, as you know, we have been using Zoom to conduct that these events. But if you have your center and you follow social distancing, I was very proud to find that we attended Eid on last Friday. Congratulations to all to those who are celebrating Eid Mubarak. And the MIC team amazingly what they developed an app, online registration. Nobody can go to the pray until they're registered. They were watching and verifying everybody who was coming to pray for the Eid. And they were keeping social distance. They were wearing masks. They have a sanitizer. Some people are wearing gloves. I wear gloves too. And this is amazing. And we have no facility yet. Our facility is under construction, but the organization is so beautiful, so dedicated. Brilliantly, they manage all this program to serve the fellow citizens. So that is why for the last 10, 12 years, we've been using Swami Banquet Hall for the big event like that. So similarly, other friends within the community have, majority of them have the facilities. So it's very, very important to understand that we need to build the capacity of our community and have a platform. And not only that we build the platform and have to make sure it is run smoothly in compliance to all safety, regulation, filing tax return on time, disclosing all the income, having external audited by a chartered accountant, and placing all their financial online and to CRA. So this is why it's very, very important to build capacity of the community. So one is capacity building and what is having a building capacity. That means you think about what is needed, What are they? And then you start implementing, which is developing it. So this is very, very critical that we all understand that it is so important to help build the capacity. So community building, because it's a part of community building. Imagine that you right now in our life, for example, me and my other fellow uh, volunteer and my friends, we are working together because there is no such a thing, the capacity in that community. So after us, when we are done our part and we continue to help other charities and communities, those who come after us, they will enjoy this facilities rest of their life. I can give you example of another Shalimar community, housing community, not for profit, subsidized housing. It was built 25 years ago and people are enjoying living there. It was done by those visionary community leaders. They foresee what would be the need of our community. And it is successfully happening in partnership with Peel region. So this is example of that. And similarly, we have other projects going on. I'm talking about Mississauga that immediately that I'm involved in and seeing it happening. So why it is important? Because we have needs. And it is not individual needs, it is the community needs. And how you define the community needs is that you have people who live in a particular area, geographic location, where they put their mind together and think that to fulfill the spiritual need of the community, social need of the community, or other educational requirement of the community, health related issues of the community, or any mental health, seniors, poverty, food bank, we have to think about how can we help. As you know, I am a community humanitarian and community activist. We have many, many friends. They are doing day and night to help in community. Some has developed already, and some are participating to develop. Some are helping to maintain. Not only it takes much, much longer time to build the capacity, but if you also have to maintain the property, that's the second task, which is more important because once you have built the capacity, you have to sustain it. And those people who are enjoying the facility have the moral and ethical responsibility to make sure they contribute and sustain those services so people can enjoy it and continue to enjoy it because one group has helped build it in their lifetime because it takes, for example, MIC, if it's finished in next 24 months, that means we're hoping that by 21 we will be able to complete this project toward in December. So basically it took us 19 years to build. I had a black hairs, and as you can see, here's a grown up. And I tell you, we have a team of dedicated people that we are working together as a team. And we are hoping that more and more people get involved. If you have a vision, you think this is the need of the community, come out. It is not just putting a post on social media. It is time you sacrifice quality time of your family that you try to dedicate because you think, based on your experience, knowledge, education, that you think this is important. And if you are a leader and you sometimes comes to community, our community diverse. We have ethnic diversity and we have different type of projects and we are helping each other on a different project. So make sure that you are engaging with people. Once you contribute to the community and you create following for your community, and they will come and vote for you if you are if you are a true leader. We see people come to us for voting when they are ready to go for election. That is not the way to build. You need to know, you need to have recognition within your community, within your riding, wherever you are building something, doing something, helping the food bank, raise funds, looking after the seniors, and poverty reduction efforts, homelessness. You're raising the voice to make sure we have shelter for our people who are less fortunate. And this is very important. And it can be done collectively if we are together. So you need to define if you claim to be a leader and you live in your community, find out how many people are homeless, how many people are going hungry, how many seniors are needing your help, how many times did you go out and meet with them and give them a birthday wishes, or bring them to a cake, or Happy New Year's. What was the time that you have lost and visited a senior? We have a veteran who have dedicated their life defending our country. Have you ever witnessed Royal Canadian Legend? Are you a member? Are you going to help veterans? Are you contributing? These are all things matter. Some organization already there. They need some financial help. They need volunteering, or some places you just have to think about that you might have to work with the organization that is already registered. Don't reinvent the wheel. You are already available to join something is already happening. There is no need to open more and more organization just to say this is my organization. Organization is always for the community. Is a collective effort. You collaborate with various organizations to support your collective efforts. A person cannot do nothing. It's an idea is floated and you build a team. This is why human capital is very, very important, that you collectively work together. So are you doing your part? So think about that. Start thinking. Wear the thinking cap tonight. What I can do. I'm already supporting my family, paying mortgages, insurance. I'm looking after my family. But how much time really I dedicate for humanity? Make sure our fellow citizen beside me in your neighborhood is not going hungry overnight. You are enjoying the food, but your neighbor is hungry because they don't come out. It's an individual dignity. You knock the door, say, if I can help you, because you know the seniors are living beside you and there's no one there to drop out the groceries. You don't need to publish that. You just walk in and go and ask them. I do best to my ability. I'm a senior myself, but I go out and try to see where I can help. This is very important. It satisfies me. The blessing comes from the blue sky for those who help humanity, because humans are very dear to God, the creator of this universe. So we are all the same. Our blood is same. Doesn't matter which religion, faith you follow, which color of your skin. Our blood is red. And we should not discriminate against each other, but bring them together, build bridges, build loving and caring society and youth leadership. Because sooner or later, we have to hand over our responsibility to youth, our children. They are highly educated, they're well integrated in society. We live in Canada, that's our homeland. We want to do everything possible to give back to our society. So building capacity is one way of doing it. I hope that this small conversation we have about building capacity community would be any useful to you. My name is Tahir Qureshi. I'm a host of Community Coffee Talk. If you have any questions, how I can help you, my direct number is 416-451-3489. I'm more than happy to assist you, to help you get involved. It's our duty, obligation to contribute to our society, our country, our beloved country, Canada. I take this opportunity to thank all our health workers, doctors, nurses, paramedics, police, who have put their life online to protect fellow Canadian citizens. We are into P region and Toronto has entered into stage 3, opening up our economy, opening up our businesses, employment opportunity, and our goal is to bring back economy at the same level as we had before coronavirus. So practice social distancing, wear mask where you cannot keep that 6 feet distance, wear gloves, use sanitizer, and make sure that you follow the guidelines of Ontario government and Health Canada to remain safe, to avoid any spread of coronavirus. It is an enemy that nobody sees. It is in the air. And fear is already there in our mind when we go out from the house. So important to observe and protect and practice social distancing. May God bless you all. May God bless Canada. Thank you very much for watching Community Coffee Talk. My name is Tahir Qureshi. I'm your host. So we'll talk about next subject on next Thursday on Community Coffee Talk at 7 p.m. Today we were able to start 7:30 due to some technical reason. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, give me a call. My number is 416-451-3489. Thank you for watching and good night.